The holiday season usually means lots to eat, lots to drink, lots of guests, which is great for humans, not so great for pets.
Christiane Gagnon is a veterinarian in Saint-Eustache, Quebec. She joins us from there. Who's your friend, Dr. Gagnon?
My friend is Kino. He's a little Dalmatian. He's only 2 months old, and he belongs to one of my client friends.
And he's cute as a button.
He is very cute, yes.
So you're going to talk today about some of the problems you can encounter during the holidays if you have a pet. Tell me about some of the things that come up in your own practice.
Yes. First of all, the Christmas tree, you have to be careful. You know, when you just put up your Christmas tree, your dog and your cat just think it's great. It's bright, it's new, it's shining. They just want to play with it. But it's not a play. It can be very dangerous. It can, your dog can knock it down. You should not use breakable ornaments. And one thing you should be very careful is cats and the icicles that you put in the tree. Cats just love them. They eat them and they get stuck in their stomach and their intestine. And for them it is surgery or death. So be very careful. If necessary, don't put up a tree if you have a cat who really loves icicles.
And cats really love them.
Yes, they do. It's very attractive for them, and they eat them, and they should not. So be very careful with that.
I guess they like them because of the look, then.
Because of the look, because it's shiny, you know, in the light, and they want to play with it. They think it's for them.
What about some of the food, you know, that's always attached to our own holidays? We eat so excessively.
Yes, you know that during the holiday we like to cook very special food, and your cat and your dog think that it's delicious too, but you should avoid to give them that food because, first of all, it's very different for their usual food, and they can get sick just from the change of the food or also from eating too much of it. You know, turkey bones and ham bones are very dangerous for them, and I'm sure that the last thing that you want during your Christmas party is an emergency visit to the veterinary clinic because your dog or your cat suffers from acute abdominal pain. So keep up with the regular meals and the regular routine of your dog and your cat.
But isn't there something special you can give them? I mean, obviously you're not going to give them, you know, candy canes and punch. But isn't there something special, a holiday treat you can give them, you know? Something?
No, just go with the regular food because you make sure that your guests will want to offer them nice treats, but they can get really sick. So make sure that they have regular meals. That's the safest thing to do.
Now, of course, this is the time when people visit relatives they haven't seen in a while. Often houses get much fuller than they normally are. Is that upsetting to pets?
That there are so many people in the house?
Yeah.
It is. It is very exciting for them, and sometimes too much for them because their usual routine is disturbed, and you might adjust well to disruption in your routine, but maybe not your cat and your dog. If you expect many guests, maybe the best thing to do is to confine your animal to one room or even to board him if your animal is very nervous or anxious. It's the safest thing to do sometimes.
And I guess it's also very easy to forget about taking a dog out for a walk during, you know, all the excitement that's going on when the house is so full.
Exactly. The dog needs his routine. It's security for him. So try to keep up with him. It will help him to go to the holidays as happy as you are.
Okay, I think we're getting the message. Keep things exactly as they are.
Yes, as much as possible.
Okay, no icicles for the cats. Now, this little Kino that you've got there, he was a gift to his owners, but you really don't believe in giving pets as a gift.
In fact, you see, you should not give a pet as a gift at Christmas time unless the recipient participates to the choice, because to own an animal is a responsibility. It should not be given as a gift. And when you think of child, if you want to give a pet to a child, wait after Christmas time because he will consider it as a toy, which it is not. And also, the excitement of the Christmas time is not a good time for the new animal to adjust to his new environment. So maybe the best thing to do is to offer to your child a stuffed animal and prepare your child to have a new animal soon in the house. Also, what you can offer to your children is books about animals. They will be also very interested in that.
Thanks for the advice, Dr. Gagnon.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
And Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
I'm taking that advice. Anyway, we got some Christmas greetings from overseas, Canadians in Cyprus.
I'll be home for Christmas.
Okay, my name is Corporal Jason Martindale. I'm from the Lincoln Well Regiment, Niagara Falls. I'm serving on a UN tour in Cyprus with 1st Battalion Royal Canadian Regiment. I could say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to Delta Company, the boys from Delta Company in Niagara Falls, and to my family, Mom and Dad, and to my grandmother and all the rest of my family. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Hi, I'm Captain Jeff Cairns of the Lincoln Welland Regiment, currently serving with the 1st Battalion, the Royal Canadian Regiment in Cyprus. I'd like to wish a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's to my family, my fiancé, and my friends in St. Catharines, Ontario.
My name is Lieutenant Christopher Donald of the Queen's Own Rifles of Canada based in Toronto. I'm now serving with the 1st Battalion of the Royal Canadian Regiment, peacekeeping in Cyprus. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish everyone back home in Canada a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year.
They're so nice,
Yeah.
those greetings. So, are you buying a puppy?
Yeah, and we do that. I think it's good advice to give a statue or a stuffed one, and then we'll all go together and pick one after Christmas.
I think it's great advice.
Don't tell anybody. Don't tell my kids.
Okay, when we come back, we're going to go to Winnipeg to find out who's been writing to Gorbachev.
Presenting a way to make life a lot simpler. The Clapper. Turn on a lamp. Turn off the TV. Turn on the music. Use it anywhere you need a helping hand. Plug it in and insert the plug from just about anything.
Clap on. Simple. Clap off. Clap on, clap off. The Clapper.
The Clapper is available at Eaton's, Zellers, Woolco, Canadian Tire, Woodward's, and Sears. Makes a great Christmas gift.
We've just dialed your number. Through this exclusive national TV offer, you can purchase the GE CF2000 Extended Range Carphone, an $18.95 value for just $9.95. Loaded with standard features our competitors call options. Installation and glass mount antenna are included. There are no surprises. $18.95 worth of features for only $9.95. Call now and receive free a hands-free speaker and microphone. Have your Visa or MasterCard ready. Our operators are standing by.
Most people don't want to think about the alcohol and drug problem in BC.
Hey, dude!
Let alone do anything about it. But the fact is, it touches all of us, and it's up to all of us to do something. If you want to know what you can do, call 1-800-663-1441.
Your father's home.
Try. The responsibility is yours.
What would you write on a Christmas card to Mikhail Gorbachev? Welcome back. We'll find out soon. In this half hour, also some Christmas greetings from the Razorbacks, who are a rockabilly group, and they're going to come in the studio here and sing us a Christmas song. They got a special on the CBC tonight. Bob Fournier is going to be talking about lost civilizations, but first, a letter to Gorbachev.
When a Winnipeg DJ decided to wish Mikhail Gorbachev a Merry Christmas, he got a little help from his listeners, thousands of them. Tomorrow, bags and bags of Christmas cards will be delivered to the Soviet embassy in Ottawa and sent on their way to the Kremlin.
With us from the boardroom at CJOB Radio in Winnipeg is CJOB's morning man, Laurie Mustard, and David Hladik, the winning student who are going to see the Soviet ambassador tomorrow. Laurie Mustard, where did you get the idea to do this?
Valerie, I was watching the night that the Berlin Wall was being featured on TV, and they were showing everybody all over the place and all the excitement. And I was listening to a couple of interviews, President Bush and former President Reagan being interviewed, and they were asked, really, what could we do to help out with what's going on over there, and what could the average person over here do, and that sort of thing. And basically President Reagan said that President Gorbachev needed all the support he could get from over here, all the moral support, because his biggest difficulty is overcoming what's happening from within the Soviet Union. So I just thought, you know, a lot of people appreciate what's going on and what's happening and what could we do. So the idea came to me that a Christmas card, just from everybody over here, would be a neat way of saying hi and thanks and sending a message of goodwill and peace. And people just seemed to like the idea, and then we started focusing on the school kids here in Manitoba. And that's when we got talking with the post office here, and they took part, and Air Canada came in and offered to fly all the school kids' Christmas cards down to Ottawa. And the Soviet ambassador to Canada was approached and was thrilled by the idea of all these coming down, and offered to meet us and take them in personally and then direct them on to President Gorbachev. So that's how it's developed.
So how many cards have you received?
It's hard to say. I haven't counted them. We've just, they're even come, this is the deadline today, so they're still coming in. And we've got lots and lots of cards in from the Manitoba school children, and we've got some that are great big cards with all kinds of names signed on them. And one school, Nest Junior High, did a videotape, and they're sending a cassette of them, the choir singing a beautiful song, something called, I think it's Hand in Hand, and it's really very touching.
A few famous cards, too, or well-known in Winnipeg.
Yeah, when I first kicked it off here at CJOB, Red and I do the morning show, and we had a couple of people pop in the station, so Gordie Howe and Bobby Hull, I showed them the card, and they were delighted to sign it.
And what, the mayor and the Winnipeg Jets?
Yeah.
And, okay.
Yes, we've got, as a matter of fact, I just got a phone call a few minutes ago. We have the mayor's card here, and if you remember, Mayor Laurie is it was his card that recently got somebody out of the Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now his card is going back there again. Yeah. and the city council has all signed a Christmas card, and it's just gone through our legislature. The Tories and the Liberals have signed the Christmas card in our ledge, and it's currently in the NDP caucus getting signed there.
Okay, let me bring David Hladik in here, because he was selected as the student to accompany you to present these letters to the Soviet ambassador in Ottawa. David, tell me about the card you sent, and you've got it there. Can you read it to us?
Okay. It says, "Dear Mr. Gorbachev, my parents fled Czechoslovakia 20 years ago, and now thanks to you, I'll be able to visit my relatives still living there. Keep up the good work."
So what, you just heard about this and thought you'd send this card?
Yeah.
You know, tell me about the feeling. I mean, is this very strong feeling in your family? How aware are you of the events taking place in Eastern Europe?
Well, I'm quite aware of it, and I watch the news every night, so.
So what do you think about meeting the Soviet ambassador and going to Ottawa to present these letters?
I'm really excited.
Yeah, what do you want to see?
I really like to see the parliament in session.
Mm-hmm. Never seen that.
No.
Yeah, and imagine your letter going to Mr. Gorbachev.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a little nervous to start. You got to warm up. Get ready for the Soviet ambassador. Laurie, let me just finish with you. This is a great idea, and it's a nice PR move. But I mean, is it sort of a hollow gesture? Do you think it'll make any difference?
Well, I just was talking on our action line here, answering someone who was kind of a skeptic, and I think it's a step in the. He's certainly President Gorbachev. His actions speak louder than words. He's doing a lot of wonderful things over there. Who would have imagined this Christmas we'd be able to celebrate all these things? And this is just a step in the right direction. On our part, I think it's to say thanks. And when President Gorbachev has all of these cards on his desk, as well as all of the cards who come from the adults from across Canada who have sent them, I think they'll have a big impact on him. He seems like the kind of man that would appreciate this, and you know, many of these.
Yeah, but it's not him you want to make an impact on. It's the Soviet people to say, don't get restless, don't look at your situation, support what's going on.
Well, that'll depend on how much it gets shown over there, how much